This segment is all about exit planning for your business. Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial, and the segment's brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to lead their fields, educate consumers, and to leave a legacy. Joining me on this segment is Peter Geise. He's the area president of Focus CFO. Peter, welcome to the show.
Great to be with you. Thank you for having me, Mark.
Tell us a little bit about your work and specifically, who are the types of clients that you help?
I appreciate that opportunity. We are a fractional CFO service, like a full-time CFO, just part of the time. We help small and medium-sized businesses. Everybody defines that a little differently. We help them grow enterprise value so that they can eventually make a transfer of wealth and transferable value to the next generation or whatever their transition plan is.
For business owners, they're great at growing their businesses, but how much thought do they put into this part of it in exit planning? The goal here is really to try to shed a light on the importance of it. What are some of the preconceived notions that business owners have when it comes to exiting their business?
Well, in my experience is that many of them think of this as a job, so that they're growing their business. Like you said, they're growing the revenue of their business. They're good at making stuff and selling stuff. And instead of, one of the things they miss until sometimes it's too late, but certainly when it's closer to, I'll call the end, that's when they start thinking about this as an investment, where they're trying to grow the value of their business, not just the size or even the revenue. Those are important, no question about it. But really, it's a different perspective to be above that. The trite phrase about working in your business, not on your business. Well, your business is a thing that they ought to be working on to try to grow that enterprise value. My experience is that many times business owners wait too long, and that's probably my one observation right now, that business owners wait too long.
Well, to your point of people waiting too long, what is the right amount of time? When should they really start considering and working on exit planning?
Excellent question. And that tees it up right now, because I'm asked this question a lot. When should a business owner start thinking about and everyone tries to avoid the word exit, but that's what it is. It's a transition at some point. My comment would be now. This is the time to start thinking about it. When you have your business, that you're working your business. Every business has three phases. The beginning phase, sometimes that's a true startup. Sometimes you inherited the business. Sometimes you bought the business, but you have this and you're assessing what you have and where you want to go and what's the future look like. Then there's this long period of time, can be long, but usually the thing called working the business or working in my business, which you ought to be up above that, saying, I'm trying to de-risk and grow enterprise value. That's running your business. Then there will be a transition point or an exit at some point. Those are three phases that are almost guaranteed, and it doesn't matter how big you are, whether you're public or private. Those are the three phases of every business. Too many business owners wait. When you said about when should they start thinking about exit, they think of an exit as an event. It's at the end over here. I don't need to think about it until then. Well, all the stuff that's going to add to the value of your business so that that's a successful, whatever successful is defined by you, and it should be defined by you, the business owner, whatever the successful, you should be setting that up now. This is all the things that make your business run better, add value to it, are the things that make you sleep better at night, have a better handle on your business. That all those things you should be working on from day one. Not very urgent, the urgent and important quadrants they have. It's not very urgent, but it is very important. And it can change over a period of time.
Great insight. When you begin working with business owners, have you spotted any common mistakes or pitfalls that many of them seem to fall into that you can kind of warn people about?
I think the most common, and every business is unique, every business owner is unique, but many times, and I'm sure you've seen this as well, of the three legs of the three critical expertise every business has to have, you have to be able to sell and market a great product. You have to be able to make a great product, and you got to manage the money. Many times, business owners focus only on growing. And when they say growing their business, they mean growing the sales. And so they maybe take their eye off the ball of particularly a manufacturing company or any business that requires quite a bit of working capital. They don't focus as much as they should until there's a problem on the cash flow from operations and be able to drive and fund their future growth. This is very common, and you hope it doesn't have to be a recurring problem. But boy, almost every business owner falls into a cash crunch at some point. They say, sales are going great, but I'm not sure I can make payroll. You miss payroll a couple times, and all of a sudden you have a real mess on your hand.
Peter, what inspired you to get into this field and help business owners with their exit? How did you get started?
I think it started back when I was president and COO of a family-owned business. So the small enterprise, small family-owned businesses, this is the fabric of America. This is what makes the country great. And I have a heart to help, and I don't know where I'm probably instilled in my mother and when I was growing up, but it's sharing my expertise or my experience at least with business owners that are just starting out, so that we can help share our experience. And the experience comes from making mistakes, so we can say, here's the mistakes we've made. How about we avoid that pitfall? And then I have a relatively strong network of people that I've already vetted, because I don't want to have a network of people that I don't trust. So these are people I've trusted. So alongside, and we use the term Sherpa, we're the Sherpa for the business owner to be able to help them along and help them grow, to create generational wealth, to be able to transfer it to the next generation. I am fortunate to be in a position where I can focus. I've done well enough. I can just focus on doing good.
Before I ask you my last question, in regards to exit planning, is there anything that I didn't think to ask you that you feel is really important to share with business owners today?
It would be this, and maybe you asked it, but I didn't expound on it. Too many, and it's not that. I mean, you know, and I know many of the people on listening here would know the formula for figuring out the value of my business. So many business owners, there's almost no business owner that undersells the value of her or his business. They always think it's worth a lot more, and it can be, but that takes some time. You know, EBITDA, or predictable EBITDA, times a multiple. I mean, it's pretty simple. Pretty know that. And yes, having predictable EBITDA is important. That's the financial health of your business. Too often, I think people aren't focusing on the multiple, because you change that by one, from a 4 to a 5. That's a significant change in the valuation, or what value for your business, ultimately what somebody will pay. And the things that affect that multiple, the four intangible capitals of the social capital, the human capital, your structural capital, and your customer capital. So it isn't, those aren't financial, they affect your financials, but that's sort of how are you running your business. And one of the biggest risks, and all those things, that's their structure, that's how you run your business. If it's dependent on you, business owner, you should be trying to work yourself out of a job. And I know that sounds crazy, but owner dependence isn't transferable. So this is what business owners have to kind of buy in and say, wait a minute, if I could just run this and have it be working just as effectively without me, that actually is aspirational for you. That adds value to your business. So that's the one comment I would make. Yeah.
Sage advice. Peter, for business owners listening who would love to speak with you and perhaps get your help, how can they find you and connect?
Well, probably the best way is to connect through our website. It's www.focuscfo.com. My name is Peter Geise. You can get my link on through there as well. My direct email address is p.geise@focuscfo.com. But we'd love to help you. We genuinely have a heart to help, and looking forward to helping small, medium-sized business owners.
This has been terrific. I really appreciate you taking the time to share with my audience today, and I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the service you're providing here, Mark. Appreciate it.
That was Peter Geise, Area President of Focus CFO. And this segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to lead their fields, educate consumers, and to leave a legacy. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for joining me.